Lights out and away we go. But look at Max Verstappen getting down the inside. But he completely cuts across. And we lose out. We have lost lots of positions here. But he just doesn't back out. Oh no! He's taken both of us off! What is he doing? As you can see, Sergio Perez rounds the final corner to finish in a disappointing 16th. Well, what is up guys? It is Matty Gaming HD here, back with the 4th episode of Checo's Charge to Glory. Sorry that there was a week break, just I felt it would be better for the series so I can catch up a bit more, as I am a bit late with recording these episodes. I was planning on doing like a break every 4 races, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. From now on, I think hopefully there's going to be an episode every week. The Battle of the Manor series I think is going to stop because it's pointless, but it's going to be replaced with an R-Factor career mode, which is going to be revealed. Sorry, I had to close Fraps there. Sorry, that came up in the screen. Which is going to be revealed at the weekend. Anyway, without further ado, let's go in to the qualifying report. After 3 rounds, the title fight was very interesting, so there was plenty of anticipation as dust fell on Sack here, which signified the start of qualifying for round 4. It was little surprise to see the 2 Mana Marushas at the back of the grid, but with Roberto out qualifying Will. McLaren were expected to struggle around this circuit, and sure enough, neither car could clear Q1. It was a disappointing session for Toro Rosso as Carlos Sainz Jr. could only manage 14th, ahead of Max Verstappen, who could only manage 17th. But knowing Max, expect him to come strong in the race. It was mixed fortunes at Lotus as Pastor Maldonado qualified in 9th, however Roman Grosjean could only manage 15th. Sauber endured a reasonable session as both cars qualified in 12th and 13th respectively. Red Bull endured a disappointing session as Daniel Ricciardo could only manage 10th ahead of Daniel Kvyat in 11th. Force India endured a good session as both cars filled up the 4th row, with Perez ahead of Hülkenberg once again. It was mixed fortunes at Mercedes. Nico Rosberg was able to take a crucial pole position whilst Lewis Hamilton could only manage 6th. It was a good session for Ferrari as both cars filled up the 2nd row, however it was Kimi ahead of Sebastian. Williams endured a fabulous session as Felipe Massa qualified in 5th and Valtteri Bottas was able to qualify in the front row.
It's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening here in Sakhir, and that means it's nearly time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Driving one of those Mercedes to the top of the timesheets in qualifying was Germany's Nico Rosberg. He'll have made quite a few people sit up and take notice with that performance, not least his teammate Lewis Hamilton.
He was driving on another level yesterday, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he just pulls away from the field and is untouchable. But as we know, anything can happen in Formula 1, so we'll just have to wait and see.
It was a good win last time out for Lewis Hamilton, who will still be feeling buoyant going into today's race. He knows he's got the beating of the rest of the field as long as he doesn't hit any reliability issues with his Mercedes.
Well, Lewis can beat anyone on his day. His pace has been second to none at times. He just has a knack of finding those extra tenths which others can't. I'm expecting him to be particularly strong at the end of the stints today.
Well, here we are, sitting on the grid at the Bahrain International Circuit, under the lights, getting ready for racing action. Here we go. We have the lights in Bahrain. Lights out and away we go. And off the front row, Nico Rosberg seems to have got a good start as they head towards the first corner. Sergio cannot go to the inside as he's trapped on the outside. Heading into the first corner, he's got his teammate alongside him. And his teammate Nico Hülkenberg has got through. Almost the Lotus of Pastor Maldonado has got through as well. And so not being the best of starts for Sergio Perez. Now heading into turn 4. And he's just hit Hülkenberg. Fortunately, both don't lose that much time. But here we got a contact ahead between Kimi Räikkönen and Lewis Hamilton. Kimi Räikkönen's gone round. And that is going to be his race completely ruined. So now here you're riding on board with Nico Hülkenberg. And Sergio Perez has just let Hülkenberg go, I'm presuming as a result of the contact. But now heading up the main straight onto lap 2. And Sergio Perez is now going to legitimately pass his teammate Nico Hülkenberg along the main straight. And that is crucial because just behind Nico Hülkenberg is Lewis Hamilton. And obviously, it's really helpful with Hülkenberg to be keeping the Mercedes back. But now, Hamilton's able to get past Nico Hülkenberg going into the final corner. And now he's going to be right behind us very soon. In fact, here he is right behind us. Now heading into turn 4. Sergio Perez has to really defend. He manages to defend there very well. But I don't think it'll be too long before the Mercedes is able to get through. Sure enough, now heading down the main straight. Perez goes to the inside to defend. But obviously Lewis, with more straight on speed and DRS, surely going to easy pass us. But we're going to try to brake late. But we hit too much curb and that has lost us traction. It's allowed Hamilton through. So now lap 6 and we have pitted for our first scheduled stop. So, what tyres have the team got for us here today for the first stop? And it's going to be prime, so clearly the Force India team want us to have our slow stint out the way before having a fast stint on the options. That's probably the worst grammar ever. Having a fast stint on the options at the end of the race. As you can see, we've exited right ahead of Will Stevens in the Mana Marussia. Now right behind the Mana Marussia of Roberto Merriam, pronounced in a completely different way for both times. But Perez is able to easily pass the Mana going down into the final corner. And now heading into turn 1, as you can see in the position screen, Ricciardo is now behind us and is ahead of Hülkenberg. Now Ricciardo's lapped right behind us and he's going to be able to get through on the exit of turn 10. But now we have more straight on speed, obviously with the Mercedes engine and the underpowered Renault engine. And we are going to be able to easily get past the Red Bull. Now moving on to lap 14. And we do have Ricciardo right behind us. But we outbrake ourselves and let Ricciardo and Vettel, who's already stopped so we don't really care about that fight, through. And that is not what we need to do in this battle with Ricciardo. Lap 15, we pit, but our teammate followed him in. That was clearly the lap he was called in as well. So I think we may have kind of destroyed Hülkenberg's race, unfortunately. Extremely sorry, Hülkenberg, but we have actually put on a set of the option tyres now. So now we've got our prime stint out of the way, and we were able to go long enough in the second stint to be able to do 2 stints on the options at the end, which is crucial. So we don't have to do any more running on the dreaded prime tyres for the rest of the race. But the question is, have we got ahead of Ricciardo? There is Daniel Ricciardo, exiting the pit. It's going to be very close. Ricciardo's very early on the brakes, and we are through. We are ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in the battle for 7th place. Let's see, and that's going to become 6th, as Lewis Hamilton has had a brake failure, it seems, and he's out of the race. So now the battle for 7th has become 6th. Obviously, Button's still yet to stop, who we have to clear. Who we look like we are going to clear without a problem going into the final corner. Now moving on to lap 22. And we have pitted for our final scheduled stop. Obviously for a final stint on the option tyres. Let's see where we are likely to come out. So we exit now. And we've got Felipe Nasser entering the pits behind. As we are going to come out in P7. Obviously there's still Ricciardo yet to stop. But we're just ahead of Max Verstappen. Now heading in. But we've had a massive lapse in concentration. That's a really silly mistake there. And we've let both Verstappen and Kvyat through. And surely that's going to allow Ricciardo ahead of us. And sure enough, Yes, it is going to allow Daniel Ricciardo ahead of us, because now we are stuck behind 2 slower cars as well. In the battle that we've been in all race. And so you're looking at Sebastian Vettel right behind a back marker. And he has hit Will Stevens. And that is not what he's needed to do. And now that's going to actually promote everyone up the order. Now we are down in 8th place. Down the inside of Verstappen and Kvyat. We managed to get them both in one. Sorry, I kind of got the names muddled up there. But we are up into 6th place. Meanwhile, back at the front, Nico Rosberg rounds the final corner onto the pit straight. And he is going to take victory here in Bahrain. His 2nd win of the season. Which is crucial considering the fact that Lewis retired. As we now head into the final corner in 5th place. Obviously we got promoted by Vettel having to pit. Shame it could be 4th, considering our pace. But we finish in 5th place. So we get a reasonable result. Actually our best result of the season so far. As Perez gets out of the car. I expect him to look a bit happier than that, considering he finished in 5th place. But it's Nico Rosberg who wins from the 2 Williams of Bottas and Massa ahead of Ricciardo and Perez. Vettel only dropped to 6th as a result of his pit stop. With Kvyat, Verstappen, Nasser and Button getting a point. Hulkenberg unfortunately finishing out of the points, but that was kind of actually our fault. Considering the fact that we pitted just in front of him when he had to wait for us to pit. As you can see, Felipe Nasser actually had a penalty, which I'm not sure if it dropped him down any places. But we are in 7th in the standings. We've moved ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. Obviously, he had a messed up race as a result of first lap. But we are in 7th in the standings. Force India are in 5th. Our team are behind Red Bull. Of course, we have actually scored all Force India's points. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been Matt T Gaming HD, and we'll see you for my next video. Goodbye.